Hello, today we're going to talk about our experience at the Gaylord Opryland Hotel in Nashville, Tennessee. This is an amazing resort with all kinds of things to see, some great views, and an amazing water park called Sound Waves. So I'm going to kind of go through our entire stay, what was good, what was bad, if we'll go back, and just share all my thoughts with you. Okay, so we stayed at the Gaylord Opryland Hotel in the Magnolia Wing from Monday, June the 13th through Wednesday, June the 15th. The weather was hot. It was very busy. I have been to this resort twice before as a member of a convention. Once I was a vendor where I actually went to a convention there, set up things. People came and visited me for information. And then I went with a client of mine to a convention where I did some video and some pictures and things like that. So both of those previous times I stayed in the Delta wing. And upon arrival, we asked for early check-in a week prior. It was accepted and they said, okay, thank you. Of course, it's not official, but we'll do everything we can. And there's no reason why we couldn't. So we said we'll be there at noon. In reality, we got there at 1:30. We did have the Marriott app. So while we were looking at the timing, I kind of changed our arrival time from noon to 1:30. And we arrived at 1:30, parked, went in, wanted to get the key, go get changed to get to the water park for a full afternoon and evening of swimming. But unfortunately, we got there and said that the room was not ready. And that's fine. So we said, okay, there's some different dining areas. They have a couple different quick service areas. So we'll just go grab something to eat, hang out for a few minutes. No idea on the timetable for the room, but they'll text us when it's ready. So we go and get a slice of pizza, actually a couple slices of pizza. And then we also get a pretzel for Auntie Anne's, a few things like that, kind of in the quick service area. We wanted to try Stacks, which is a burger place where it's kind of make your own burger, almost like Five Guys, but it was packed. So quickly, as we're approaching the different quick service areas, they also have a little mini mart type Starbucks with some sandwiches and things like that. Honestly, it was packed. Very, very busy. No other families around, more people dressed up. You could tell they were there for a convention or work, things like that. But anyway, we got our food relatively quickly, went down, sat. We sat right by the river in the Delta area. It was an amazing view. The food was great. The food tasted really, really good. And we sat there, no text. And we sat there and no text. And, things like that. And finally, after about an hour and a half, we thought, well, this is getting kind of crazy. 4 o'clock is the normal check-in time. And okay, so let's go ahead and finish eating, and then we'll head back to the main lobby and see if the room is ready. Okay, so we go back to the main lobby, and again, they were very, very nice and polite and very, very just accommodating at the front desk. As we walk up, they say, did you get a text message? I said, no text message here. Oh, your room's ready. So my question was it just randomly that we walked up at the exact time that the room's ready, or did you forget to send the text message and we were just sitting there for an hour? So anyway, we were in the Magnolia Wing, which as we kind of did some research and looking around, that is gotta be the original wing of the hotel. It's a little bit older. It's a little bit more elegant, kind of this grand staircase. And it's just, it's really cool, but it's not the area where it's got the atrium with the lights coming through the glass ceiling. But our room was really, really nice. We got a handicap accessible room, which was kind of an upgrade. We literally were 5 minutes from the water park. That's kind of where the water park is. And that's what I wanted. I wanted to be near the water park. So the room worked perfectly. 2 queen beds, a lot of room, a little area in the corner that I can kind of set up and do some work and stuff. Nice bathroom, clean. Everything was fine. The refrigerator did not work immediately. Had room service, housekeeping come. They messed with it a little bit and then it was working. Everything was fine. So the actual room was fine. Now let's talk about the water park. The water park was amazing. Quite a few things that we don't get to experience in some of the water parks here. There was an outdoor wave pool that was absolutely the most crystal clear water you've ever seen. There was a gigantic LED screen that played a bunch of music videos, and it was fantastic. The waves were pretty big. It was a fun time. They also had a few slides outside and inside that we did not take advantage of. They had 2 lazy rivers, a slow lazy river and then a fast lazy river. The slow one was awesome. We literally went on that around that just countless times. They had a nice pool area with kind of those lily pads you could jump across. The kids loved those, basketball hoops. They even had that flow rider thing where, or wave rider thing. I don't know what it's called. Sorry. But it's something you jump on and you kind of surf where the water's kind of going underneath you. So the water park was amazing. It had one of the heaters. As you kind of left, you could step in and kind of get dried off. That was free. Again, water park was fantastic. Next to the water park, they had a climbing wall and they had an arcade. We tried to get there a few different times, but we just ran out of time. It closed at 8 o'clock every night, just like the water park. It would be cool if that stayed open a little bit later. I understand staffing and safety and everything like that, but a night swim in that wave pool with the large screen going underneath the stars at 9 or 10 o'clock would be pretty awesome. So the water park was fantastic. Highly recommend checking that out. So the shopping was pretty cool. All kinds of different stores, all kinds of different Nashville things. Nashville, y'all, things with boots, cowboys hats, kind of everything country music, Nashville that you could see. A lot of stuff for the resort, a lot of stuff for the water park, a lot of stuff with country music artists. There was a lot of souvenirs and a lot of things you could buy to really remember your trip. Guitar keychains, guitar magnets, playing cards with Elvis on them, all that, stuff. And there were lots of different opportunities for you to do shopping. So that part was really, really cool. We actually looked at the stores 3 or 4 different times. There was a lot of different opportunities to buy stuff. Now, that's all the good. The beautiful resort, so many different just images that you could take a snapshot of. The river going through with a riverboat that you could ride. The fountains, a fountain show with lights. Plants everywhere. Beautiful, beautiful landscaping inside. Grand staircases. There's even a little area where you could watch them record a podcast and the local radio station live. All kinds of different things. So the water park, obviously. So remember, we went with our family. There were 2 of us, my wife and I, our 2 boys, 13 and 9. And we were there for the water park and then also just to experience the resort as a whole. And maybe we've been to Disney one too many times, but the idea of going to a resort that has restaurants there was amazing. We were going to go over to Opry Mills and the Grand Ole Opry. And we did that. We were going to do that anyway, but the idea was, can we stay at the resort and have a lot of our meals? So we, of course, eat, it's called Paisano's Pizza. That's what we have the first day. Have a couple pieces of pizza, have a couple pretzels from Auntie Anne's. And then this is where it really kind of went haywire. That night, Fuse Sports Bar has great just bar food. Somebody wanted a hamburger, somebody wanted mozzarella sticks, somebody wanted wings. Cool. Walk up, no kids allowed. Okay, it is a bar, but it's a sports bar. No kids allowed. Okay. There's a place next door called Jack Daniels. Just a little famous eatery with Jack Daniels everywhere. Hour and a half wait. Well, that's not going to work. So can we get the Fuse bar to go? Sure, you can. Awesome. Place our order. It's expensive, but we get it to go. Not really any seating around, but there's seating out in the lobby. So we really sit down, have our meal in the lobby of the Magnolia part of the resort. Again, this used to be the main part of the hotel. So they've got the front desk that's empty, chairs, tables, everything. They're kind of made for people to kind of hang out and do stuff at, obviously. So we sat down and had our meal. It was fine. Way overpriced, over $80. But again, Disney prices, resort prices. Okay, that's fine. So the frustrating part was to sit down in a restaurant. He was going for, first off, we were over in the area that night, the nightlife district, the entertainment district, where somebody was performing live. They had the bar. They had a bar outside, and then they had the sports bar. That was my confusing part. If you have a sports bar, why can't you let families in? Why can't you have an area that is for families? That's really frustrating that did not happen. Jack Daniel's was open for families, but an hour and a half wait at 8 o'clock at night, that's not going to work. So instead of leaving, we just did what we did. Got it to go. Okay. So the next morning, we got up. I went actually out walking around, and I was going to see, okay, can we go to get some like breakfast anywhere? And of course, there's all kinds of breakfast places with the Starbucks and the Cinnabon and stuff like that. But really, I wanted to try to get to a kind of a buffet, Cascades American Cafe. I go down there about 9 o'clock, 9:30, hour wait to sit down. I mean, come on, hour wait for breakfast. And I understand it's busy and everything, but it's just super frustrating. So we actually got Cracker Barrel to go, which was across the street, literally half the price. No big deal. Got it. I drove over, got it to go. Perfectly fine. Brought it back to the room. It was fantastic. Then that day, we actually went to the Grand Ole Opry, Opry Mills malls and stuff like that. And we then came back and went back to the pool for the evening. And that's when things really got interesting. So we get down at the pool the second day, which would have been Tuesday, about 7 o'clock, 6:30, 7 o'clock, right before they closed. And we really wanted this Italian place called Ravello. It looked really, really good. Reviews were kind of all over the place. But if you look at their menu, they had great chicken parmesan. They had a lot of good, interesting stuff. So I tell the family, you guys can stay here, get ready. After swimming, I'll run down and see. It's right there in our, really kind of near where we were in the Magnolia part. Go down to the Ravello, look around, and there's literally 20 open tables. Fantastic. When I get a table, this is great. Walk up, 2.5 hour wait. That's right, 2.5 hour wait. Are you kidding me? We can't wait for 2.5 hours with a 13 and a 9-year-old. I mean, what? So, do you have to-go orders? Sure, go to the bar. Go to the bar, place the to-go order. And it was relatively quick, about 20 minutes. Get it back to the room, open it up. Major mistake. Over $100, $110 for this meal with 2 pizzas and 2 chicken parmesans. And again, we're paying Disney resort prices here, which is okay because it's a resort. They want to keep you there. It's supposed to be high level. This food was absolutely awful, unedible, terrible, gross, slimy. The chicken was grainy. It was not good. $110 down the drain. $110 down the drain. So we ate real quick. Nobody liked their food. We went back to the shops because they were cool and got more pizza at Paisano's and more pretzels from Auntie Anne's. What we bought most at this place was Auntie Anne's pretzels and pizza to go. So you could have taken me to any mall in America and I could have got the same food that we enjoyed. The places that we got to go were not good. I mean, they were fine. That bar was fine. Fuse. It was fine. The wings were burnt. The burger was small. I mean, it was okay. It was bar food. A little bit different attitude sitting in a lobby eating rather than sitting there watching TV and enjoying it, as a real meal. But Ravello was not good at all. Do not recommend it at all. Do not even think about it. Stay away. It was gross. And I hate to say that because we had high expectations. We love Italian food. But this it didn't look good. It didn't taste good. It just was not very good. So the overall dining, they have a Solero Cantina, which looked cool. It was a Mexican restaurant, but we didn't want Mexican restaurant. We just didn't want Mexican food. Old Hickory Steakhouse, which looked really, really neat. But again, we didn't even check to see how long the wait was for that. And of course, they have other places there in between. Stack's Burgers is the one that we really wanted to try, but every time we went over there was just a lot of people. So my frustration is it was just not really friendly for families. And I think that aspect that it was not family friendly made it really, really difficult to enjoy the trip. $33 to park a night. I'm not even going to share how much the room was. You can look that up. They have basic Wi-Fi, but you have to add high-speed Wi-Fi if you want to. It's $6. You can connect 6 devices, and we obviously have like 8 or 9 that we connect. So we had to play that game of who's connected and who's not. The pricing for the whole resort is overpriced. It's fine, but it's a little overpriced. The food aspect is not enjoyable at all. It's not made for kids. The only thing made for kids at this hotel is the water park. They have gelato, which is great. We got that, which was really, really good. Auntie Anne's pretzels, Cinnabons, and then the pizza place that we had a couple times, Paisanos. That's really it. They had some good shopping, but the kids got bored with the shopping. The kids liked the views. There was a cool water show that we watched for 5 minutes. This resort is made for adults. This resort is made for conventions and business, men and women, business owners, people that are there with a purpose. It is not made for kids. I really wish that the water park would just be detached and put somewhere else, because it'd be cool just to go there, just to go. Really disappointed in all of that with kids, with families. The arcade and the climbing wall closed at 8 p.m. I did not think the arcade was supposed to close at 8 p.m., but it did. The pool closed at 8 p.m. The water park closed at 8 p.m. It was just super frustrating that we go with a family and here we are at 8 o'clock. Like, now what do we do? I know some families go to bed at 8 or 8:30, but we don't. We're up till 11:30 or 12. So we had 2 to 3 hours in the hotel room just kind of hanging out. So it was very, very frustrating. It was a fun trip because we got to spend time together. It was fun because my family got to see something that I've been talking about a lot. I've been talking about this place for years, how cool it is and how neat it is and all the different aspects of it. But it's really, really frustrating. And I really hope that they can do something to help enhance the trip for kids. There were a lot of families sitting around, a lot of families there. These restaurants didn't even have kid menus. So how do you have families there and you don't have kid menus? At least the ones that we were looking at and trying to go to. So overall, really disappointed and really frustrated with the aspect of involving families and kids with the meals. It just wasn't, basically non-existent. Okay, also as we wrap up, I just want to be completely transparent. I have a walking tour of the resort, a tour of the water park, the wave pool, and the slow lazy river. Those are all on the channel here. Check those out. While I was recording on Tuesday morning, the 14th, I had my Canon out, my Canon M50. Here we go. And I was just walking like this. And I was panning, doing about 5 to 8 to 10 second shots of restaurants and seating areas and just the views. And as you know, the views are amazing. Absolutely amazing. This place is gorgeous. It literally glass ceilings, sun's coming down, river, plant life. Awesome facility. As I'm getting to the end there, I get approached by some security guards. And like, what are you doing? They questioned what I was doing. And I said, I have a daily vlog, here's what I do. And it was not simple as, okay, cool, thank you. It was name, ID, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? What are you trying to hide? I felt very, very uncomfortable with it. It was very, very frustrating. I've emailed the public relations team at the resort twice with no response. I will probably reach out to a couple other people there and see if I can get an answer as to what was going on. My argument is, yes, I did not ask for approval to go and shoot things. I was trying to be conscious of other guests, so I was not filming other people as they were going up the escalator or eating or anything. I was standing around waiting. It took like an hour and a half to do this tour. I just thought it'd be something cool. If you go to YouTube and type in Opryland Resort, there's thousands of videos of people doing the exact same thing. So why was I questioned? And what is the policy? If there is a new policy, please make sure that that's on the reservation. Make sure that's everywhere. If I missed it, I'm sorry. But I really felt weird getting approached by all these security guards. I mean, they were almost blocking the stairs. I went up the staircase to kind of start talking to open up my daily vlog, and they basically were blocking the staircase so I couldn't leave. Like, what am I doing here? I felt very, very uncomfortable. And they told me if I was filming on my iPhone, they wouldn't have questioned me. I had a professional camera and I look like a professional, So that's where they were questioning why I was doing this and what kind of footage I'm looking for. So again, I did ask for permission, so that's on me, but just the whole vibe I got was really, really weird. So that's it for our full review of the Gaylord Opryland Hotel in Nashville. The Grand Ole Opry is right there next door. It's a fantastic time to go over. We didn't watch anybody perform, but we went to the gift shop, got quite a few things. The Opryland Mills Mall is there. All kinds of fantastic stores to take a peek at. We got a lot of stuff there. There's all kinds of great restaurants off property. Macaroni Grill, Paula Dean's got something, like I said, Cracker Barrel. At this time, in 2022, I would not recommend going with kids. If you can get the day pass to go to the water park, cool. If you can go to a water park near where you are, cool. I don't think that they do enough for families and enough for kids to make it worth the cost. At least if you go to a Great Wolf Lodge, you kind of know what you're getting into. You know that they've got the water park. You know they've got a couple games you can play. They've got characters. Now our kids are starting to age out. We're in that weird kind of area where we're teenagers and preteens and getting older. But still, you need to have a kids menu. If you go to Great Wolf Lodge, they're really centered around kids and families. This is more centered around conventions and businesses and things like that, which is fine. I just want to give people a heads up when they go, don't expect the same sort of experience. When you go to Disney, it is for kids. It's 100%. They want to make sure the kids enjoy it. There's always kids menus. There's always kids things to do. And here, it's just not the same. And that's not fair. That's not fair to argue those two.